Nothing happens in a vacuum. Everything is connected. Hello and welcome back to the weekly crypto review. So first off, we're going to get right to it because I've got a lot to show you. First off, of course, Brave browser. There's a link down below. If you click on that link, you download the browser and you use it for 30 days, you get a really good browser that is crypto enabled and helps keep your privacy. I get a little bit of BAT. All right, so first let's go in and take a look at the markets. Over the last week, you'll see a whole lot of red. Set on the 7-day, we've got a bunch of red. Yeah, Tether is up 0.06. Cardano's actually up 0.08 over the last week. I'm kind of surprised. And if we go all the way down to the next one, which is OKB, so 1% up. But most everything is down for the week. And this is freaking people out because the markets are only supposed to go up, right? What's causing this? Well, a couple of things. And hopefully this won't be too long of a video. It might be one of the longer ones because there's a lot to talk about. First off, we are just over a month before the American elections. And these elections, we're voting for a president. Presidential elections every 4 years, the markets go crazy. Now you're looking and you're saying, wait, that's the stock markets. That's not the crypto markets. I'm saying that they're all connected. Everything is connected. It may not be a direct connection. It may be a multi-point, multiple points between them, but they are connected. And if you're watching other people like I am, they're showing you how the markets are doing the same things no matter what you're looking at. So here we go. We have a weekly on Bitcoin. We're looking at the weekly chart, and we see that we dropped massively down here in March, okay, and we started to work our way up, and now we're kind of going sideways. Well, if we look at the Dow Jones, we dropped back here at February and March, kind of working our way back up. Let's go up to the S&P 500. We dropped back down in March. We're working our way back up. NASDAQ, we dropped. Whoops. Let's go ahead and pull this up so we can look at it. We dropped back here in March. We're working our way back up. It's all connected. Gold dropped, but not at least looking at it like this, it doesn't look like it's that big of a drop. But it also dropped back in March. Same with silver. Silver dropped back in March and working its way back up. It's now dropping in price. Not sure what exactly is going on there, but it's dropping in price. Okay, so again, this is all due, and you're saying, well, wait a minute, Bitcoin isn't an American, because this gold and silver, aside from gold and silver, the Dow, the S&P, the NASDAQ, those are all American exchanges. So, of course, they'd be affected by the American elections. Gold and silver shouldn't be. Neither should Bitcoin. I know that's what you're thinking. Problem is, it is because America is one of the leading investors. America puts a vast amount of money into gold, silver, and Bitcoin. And I'm not going to say we're the biggest investors in any of those, but we do put a massive amount into each of them. So yes, the American elections are what's causing a lot of this turbulence because of uncertainty. The markets do not like uncertainty. And at this point, 4 years ago, back in 2016, there really wasn't a whole lot of uncertainty. Everybody assumed that Hillary was going to win. I knew better, but everybody else, literally, I wish I had, my parents live in Vegas. I wish I'd called my dad up and said, hey, put $1,000. When Trump came down that golden escalator, I wish I'd called my dad up and said, hey, put $1,000 on Trump to win. I'll pay you back out of the winnings. He would have done that for me, and I would have come out with a bunch of money because it was literally 98-2 odds, 98% chance that Hillary was going to win. This time, it's much closer. Biden and Trump are neck and neck, and this is uncertainty. Nobody knows, especially with Trump wanting to put a new Supreme Court justice up before the election, and all of the unrest and the riots and all of the stuff that's currently going on. This is all uncertainty. These are all factors that go into every investment that certainly Americans and, to be honest, people around the world are thinking about when they're making investments. And so yes, absolutely, this is causing all of these problems we're seeing with the markets. Should Bitcoin be higher? Yeah, probably. But okay, I'm not concerned because again, I'm not expecting Bitcoin to go to its peak until the end of next year. So we're good. And as we look at this chart, make it a little bigger here, this weekly candle, we've got 2.5 days, 2 hours, 2 days and 11 hours. We've got 2.5 days before it closes. Well, we're right above this line here at 10.5. If we can close this candle at 10.5 or above 10.5, will have found support at 10.5, and I think at that point we may go sideways. We may go sideways between 10.5 and 11.5 for a while, but I think that we'll find our support there, and that will be okay. And if you'll notice, we dropped down below 10.5 a couple of times. Here it looks like the end of August. Closed at 10.276. So we closed below 10.5. The next week we didn't quite make it above, but then the week after that we did. Last week we came up above the 10.5 mark. 10.5 is where we're finding resistance and support, and it hasn't been a whole lot of resistance, so hopefully it will be more support. This is what I'm looking at. I think we're going to be fine. Don't panic, as Douglas Adams famously wrote in large friendly letters. As always, this is not investment advice. I'm simply looking at a chart and saying, here's what I see. And what I'm seeing looks pretty good. There are absolutely some coins that are less fortunate. If we go down here to, let me find it here. Down here to Chainlink, okay? And we'll on the weekly. We dropped from a high. Let's see, our high was 1971. We're currently at $9.67. So we dropped literally $10 in the last month. That looks really bad. It looks horrible. Okay, fine. I'm not panicking. I did pull, I think last week I said I put some more in at 12. Well, I pulled out a lot of what I did because I think it's got some more room to drop. That's okay. I'm not concerned about that because when I see it reverse, I will just go ahead and put that back in and I'll write it back up to the top. And the top currently is right around $20. Okay, again, it may not reach $20 until after the end of the year. That's fine. I don't care. I'm fine with that. I know that it's going to go back up to at least $20 per year. $20 per coin. And I think it'll do it by the end of this year. And if not, certainly next year. And, someone I watched was talking, and I don't remember who it was. It might have been Lark, saying that they thought that Link was a $1,000 coin. Yeah, I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. And in fact, I agree with that to the point where I'm going to start trading Chainlink to see if I can get enough coins to make it really worth my while. I've got plenty of Chainlink now that I purchased. I'm going to see if I can trade up to more, just because. Some simple, basic swing trades, nothing major. But again, we're looking. It looks horrible at this point. It really does. Nothing to panic over. I am certainly not out of Link forever. I am just out of Link until it hits the bottom and starts to come back up. Because if I can buy it at a discount, if I can sell it at one price and buy it at a lower price, why wouldn't I? And I think that until the election is over, this next month, October, I think we're going to see a lot of volatility in a lot of these coins. Now, Bitcoin is going to be, strangely enough, the most stable of all of these coins because it's the biggest market cap. So it's going to be the most stable. And I doubt that we will see a price, at least not for very long. I don't think we're going to see a price below $10,000. Yeah, it might drop down there, but they're going to buy it right back up. I don't think we're going to see a close. That's probably the best way to put it. We're not going to see a close below $10,000, and I honestly don't think we're going to see a close below 10.5. If we can close this weekly candle out on Sunday night above 10.5, I think that will be our support line, and I don't think we'll go below that at this point. Unless something massive happens, I don't have a crystal ball. If something massive happens, that absolutely could wreck everything. But if the markets things just continue as they would normally, yeah, we're going to see a whole lot of volatility. And these smaller coins, Chainlink, let's see here, we look at ADA, also dropping in price. Looks like we're going sideways at this point at just over 9 cents a coin. Nothing to worry about. I'm okay with this. Again, these smaller coins are going to be the ones that are much more volatile. Not investment advice, but if you are looking to trade, these smaller coins are the ones that are probably going to make the biggest move and have the highest volatility. As a trader likes volatility because that's where a trader makes their money. Okay, I'm not saying you should. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm simply pointing out that high volatility is something that a trader loves to do. If you don't know how to trade, don't attempt it. Learn. Investopia is one of the best resources. Yes, it's about the stock market, but works just like the stock markets. If you know how to trade and work with the stock markets, you'll know how to trade and work with the crypto markets just as well. Crypto markets are much more volatile and much faster, but the same exact principles hold. That's why I've got all these. And you'll notice I don't have a whole lot of indicators. I've got 2 moving averages, and that's my bubble pop indicator. That's to tell me when we've hit the top, and I don't expect that to come into play until this time next year. I've got a couple of lines here. In fact, I can probably extend this one here and see if I can't get this over here. Whoop. There we go. Move this over like this. We'll pull this out so that it's nice and stable. Where are we? Just like that. All right, so now we can look at that because this is a line of resistance that I'm looking at. We've dropped below this one here, and this one here goes all the way back here to looks like May of 2019. Is that right? That is right. So May of last year. So we've dropped below, and you'll see it's become resistance again. So, and this is just below 10 cents. Right about 10 cents a coin has become resistance. Okay, we'll have to work our way past it. Again, this is normal. This is expected. Nothing to see here, folks. Really, the biggest piece of advice that I can give you is do not look at your crypto or any investments on a daily basis. Put them in, let them run, come back to them after a while and see what they've done. Again, because you shouldn't be investing money that you can't afford to lose. Simple as that. These can lead to life-changing money if you get in at the right price. We're seeing dips. We're in the dip. Now, are we at the end of the dip? Have we hit the bottom of the dip? Don't know. Possibly. We're going sideways. That's a good sign. I don't know yet. Everybody says buy the dip. It looks scary as hell when you're in the dip. But if you're going to buy the dip, you have to be willing to pull the trigger. So, yeah, that's where we're at. So, ADA looks like it might be at the bottom of the dip. We're going sideways. That's not a bad thing. Chainlink, are we at the bottom? Well, I'm going to say based on this doji that we currently see, and this is the weekly. I'm going to say, well, doji. All right, so here's the thing. I'm going to have to take a look at it Sunday night. If we've got a doji on Sunday night, I'm going to say, yeah, this is probably the bottom because a doji indicates a change in direction. So, yeah, but you'll notice that long bottom shadow. That would indicate we've got some more room on the downside. We'll have to see. Right now, it looks like we might reverse, but we'll have to wait. I have seen a lot of candles, a lot of weekly dojis, 2 days on Friday morning, and the weekly candle closes on Sunday night. I've seen a lot of dojis on Friday that turned out to be massive candles by the time everything closed out for the week. Look at these at the longer terms, okay? Weekly, monthly. Yeah, you can look at the daily. The daily is okay to look at, but again, we're in this for the long term. So unless you're trading, if you're trading over a daily time frame, yes, go ahead and look at the daily candles. But for the most part, you're going to be looking at the weekly and the monthly. And quite honestly, if we go back up here to Bitcoin and we look at a monthly at the monthly candles, we're on an upward trend. Yeah, we've got this month is down. September, and I expect September and October may end up being red. October, we'll see. We're about as low as I think we can get without breaking that support at 10.5. Hopefully October is more green. It may not be much of a green candle, but we'll see what it brings us. November after the election, that's when everything turns around and settles down, and we'll know which direction the market's going to go in at that point. So we've got a month of high volatility. If you're a trader, you're loving it. If you're an investor, if you're a hodler, you're biting your nails. Don't. Relax. It's okay. Everything will be fine. So, until next time, remember, don't trust, verify. I'll see you next week.